The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24.
And he's got daylight. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Carolina. DJ Moore, his 3rd touchdown now on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Not a whole lot to recap on that drive. Just one play, 75 yards to the house.
Yeah, it's a long way to go. Remember, rarely is it a straight line 75 yards, too. Got to have a little extra in there. So whatever the final number is, a well-deserved seat on the bench, a little oxygen if he wants it as well.
This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Los Angeles offense set to begin their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you...
Blitz coming, and down he goes. K1 short in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon.
Mike 51. Watch the run. Hey, Mike 51. Mike 51. Hey, get in the weight room. Let's go. Mike.
Now a play fake, and it's gone. That's into the hands of Reynolds. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their 2nd, as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Goff now, only one pass has hit the ground for him, 10 of 11 thus far. It's 1st and 10. Goff. And Woods has it complete. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. It's a Rams first down on a pickup of 10. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Hold on. Check. We go. 76.
Again, Goff. And he's going to be taken down. Goff is sacked. They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. The Rams going to be forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. They'll fake the handoff. Now Goff. Looking for Cooks, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 26.
His guys take over 1st and 10 at their own 20.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go, well, maybe you take a shot here. Maybe you get some momentum going into the half.
And the Rams got it. They bring him down. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman. Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A one-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. To throw is Newton. Open man is Samuel, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 14 yards, good for a Panther first down.
That looked like a pretty good route combination there because you've got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag, because when you do, you just put the ball on him and then let him run.
Yeah, he's got some space. The lane opens up that time as he'll be brought down just short of a first after a gain of about 9. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down.
Brings up 2nd and 1.
The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And just like that, it's third down.
20.
Newton. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. Too long for a field goal, too short to punt. That in-between range, and they'll go for it on 4th down. They snap it to Newton. And that is going to be incomplete. And the Panthers turned away on 4th down. And the Rams are going to take possession of the turnover on downs. The Los Angeles offense set to begin their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. second down, it's Henderson. And able to work about 5 yards out of this as he's taken down up near the 47.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did, to get them into a manageable third down, because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
From the gun on third down, gone. He gets it to Cooks. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. It's a Rams first down on a pickup of 10. Goff now 13 of 16 throwing the football. It's 1st and 10. Goff going to give this one to Henderson. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
So statistically, both of these offenses having a rough time getting a running game going. But, boy, what a nice play there defensively.
Tackling him behind the line, but you're right. You look at the numbers. Neither side looks on track in the ground game. Again, it's Henderson. And he's going to get back to the original line of scrimmage, but that's about it. The second down play, not much better than the first. Just a gain of 1 there.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stopped that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Brian Burns in there to bring him down, and that is sack number 17 for him now on the year. Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. And this will be out of bounds. Now it's a question of where they'll mark it. And they'll say it crosses at the 11-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And this offense last time turned it over, went for it on 4th, didn't get it. They're lucky, though, because no points against the team on the board, but we'll see how they respond.
Yeah, they've got to get a lot of credit to their defensive teammates, don't they? They had their backs on that last series, and because they did so, that allows the coach to still stay aggressive on offense and maybe go for it again in a similar situation.
I was going to say, maybe makes that offense feel good, but when you know you've got a defense making stands like that.
Yeah, that'll loosen up things a little bit, won't it? Maybe you'll play a little bit better the next time you have the ball.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Newton. It's complete to Hopkins. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. It's a first down on a gain of 10. On first down, it's Newton. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by John Johnson. And he will bring it back. It's an interception return for a Rams touchdown.
Did I just see what I thought I saw? Did I just see what I thought? That had to be. Come on, say it for me. Say it for me. Who picked up that pass?
The free safety.
Oh, you got to have those great skills back there. Eyes, anticipation, great hands. And, of course, how about the fluid moves afterwards to take it all the way to the house?
Sounds like you're watching your old game film up here in your head.
Yeah, that's the dream I had of being that player. I just never was.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Coming off the pick six, it's Newton. Buying time to his left. And he's got this almost to the 40 before going out. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Newton gets this to his running back. It's Christian McCaffrey. 30, past the 20. Touchdown, Carolina. Christian McCaffrey with touchdown number 12 on the year, as his guys are back within a single score. Well, he's used to running it that distance. Here he had to catch it, too, before making the run. Heck of a play for the score.
There's not many things better for an offense than a back who's a complete guy. He can run it and catch it, and we just saw him complete a big-time play for a touchdown.
Gano the extra point, and they're back within a touchdown at 21-14. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. This is taken at the 3. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Los Angeles offense set to begin their next drive. Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession. That was punt the football, because this game's starting to tighten up.
In a basketball sense, you think about taking a little bit of the air out of the ball, right? Maybe milk some clock, limit the possessions. In this case, they might want to do the same thing, but control the game offensively. Put together some first downs, put together a drive, and keep it away from them.
Watch the ship. Watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship.
11.
54.
Now Goff on first down. And he'll find his target. Woods, it's complete. That throw good for 4. It's second down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6.
Quick dance. Come. Hey, watch.
To the right side, this is Henderson. He'll have a first down past the 40. And finally taken down at the 44-yard line. That one covers 29 yards. First down.
Outside handoff to the right side. If you're a running back, you love getting the ball early so you have vision to see what's happening in front of you.
Right tackle likes that call. Big play for him. But don't forget about the guys you always tell me on the backside sealing off.
When they talk about...
And his first carry, he loses the football. And it's picked up by the Panthers. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line. Well, he's not the starter coming in, getting his first carry off the bench. That's not the way to earn more carries.
You have to stay in the game, even if you're not on the field, right? Stay mentally sharp, stay ready. And above all, when you get into the game, hold on to the football. Don't let the other team have it.
They don't want it. They don't want it.
Cut. 180.
Mike 5-4. I got it.
2.
Check.
Cut.
On first down, Henderson. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13. Back now in Los Angeles. It's the Rams out in front here. They've got control of the football as well as we get set for the 4th quarter. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. It was Eric Reed in on the stop. Charles, you'd said the magic number was probably right around 20 for this defense because they're facing one of the top 5 offenses in the league in terms of points scored. They've had their moments, but this offense just a little too good, isn't it?
They really are, because no matter what you do to make an adjustment on defense, they've had an answer for it.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. On 3rd down, here's Henderson. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down.
45-yard attempt.
Zerline's kick is up and through. And that will extend their lead even further. A big one there. That gives them a little cushion and makes it a 2-score game.
Yeah, bled a little time off the clock, put some points on the board. It's not totally out of reach yet, but it has to feel pretty good to them right now because as a defender, you go out on the field and say, guess what? You can put some points on the board, but that won't beat us.
The Panthers take over first and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Gun.
Now Newton on first down. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Dante Fowler, my goodness, make that now 5 sacks for him in this ball game. Really turning in an incredible performance. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. Now with toss, this is McCaffrey. And he'll take this one only up to about his 13-yard line. Only 2 yards on the carry. That's going to set up a 3rd and long, 3rd and 15 to be exact.
And it's 3rd down.
That's it. What is it?
Mike 10. They can't hang with us. They've got Mike 10 right here, guys. Mike 10. Hey, check. 10's the mic. Let's go.
Great.
Mike 10.
A shotgun snap for Newton. Quick slant, caught by Moore. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a first down.
20.
Newton on first down. That's to McCaffrey, complete. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Carolina. Christian McCaffrey with his 13th touchdown of the year and 2nd of the game, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Extra point try good by Gano. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Los Angeles offense set to begin their next drive. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a 1-score game. And you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football.
That one good for 26 and a first down.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. Williams. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. And that sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 12 at the Panthers' 44-yard line.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down.
Hey, let's go. Go, ground. Brother.
One set. Check Mike 54. Mike 54.
They'll try the air now with Goff. Toward the left sideline, but it's incomplete. Cooper Kupp was his intended target, and it'll bring up 3rd down. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise. Because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
Check curls, check curls, check curls.
Throwing on third. Gone. Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked up by James Bradbury. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. A critical error there in a tight game of the fourth.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the fourth quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the fourth quarter with a lead, no matter what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful.
And they get to Newton and take him down for the sack. Aaron Donald in there to get him. Sack number 14 for him on the year. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. Now Newton. And he's got McCaffrey open, complete. It's a gain of 9 yards. And they're going to face a third down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big third down. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's fourth down.
I remember a coach telling me a long time ago the difference between playing corner and safety in the NFL. Corner is like the Autobahn. Everybody just flying by, and these corners have been really busy in this game, although they got it done on the last play.
On the last play, yes, but there have been some good numbers put up against them offensively. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on fourth down. The Panthers going for it on fourth. Newton. And he's got the completion to Hopkins. And out across midfield down to the 45. So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. Back to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Samson Abukum in there to take him down, and the clock will roll. Coming off the line, he's been wreaking havoc all year. And look, that's why, as a result, he's getting some looks for Defensive Player of the Year in the NFL.
And I know that many people don't have him first on their list right now, but he deserves that type of consideration. You mentioned it.
And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Samson Abukum. Who else? He's in there for his 4th sack of the afternoon. So now Cam leads the Panthers up following the sack. Carolina facing 3rd and long.
8.
Newton to throw. And that's complete to McCaffrey. And great yardage here all the way deep into Los Angeles territory. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down.
Gun. Great game.
Newton. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be second down.
Gun. 20.
Brings up second and 4.
He'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And he will not throw it away. He goes out of bounds, well shy of the line of scrimmage, so that's a sack. It goes as a loss of 6. And now third down. It's been a pretty long drive. This will be play number 9. And they need 10 yards out of it on third.
Gun.
Now Newton. This is caught. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. So now with 6 seconds remaining, we get a timeout on the field. This offense once trailed by 2 touchdowns. Now they've got a chance to take the lead. First and goal. They'll try to run with McCaffrey. And he goes backwards on this one. Losing yardage to the 7. And, the stadium clock says 0, but the one on your screen is the one that matters, and the officials say yes, it's a timeout with 1 second left to go and a field goal try forthcoming to potentially send us to overtime.
A 24-yard attempt.
And the 11-year veteran bangs it through. And that will tie us at 24 all. And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick 6 or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive, except for their first drive here in overtime. And this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, that gets doubled, doesn't it? At least, because now the crowd really wants to be involved and help their team. And that first drive can dictate the whole thing because they know if this team takes it downfield and scores a touchdown, it's game over.
It's been loud in here so far. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. First throw in overtime for Newton. And he's got the hook up to Moore. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down.
It's a gain of 6, and it's third down.
Hoping to keep this OT drive alive. Now they face a 3rd and 2. From the gun, here's Newton. And he finds a man. It's Olsen. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. His first catch, and it's a big one in overtime. It's a first down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
2 times. Even. 4 down. Jump.
Newton going to hand it off to McCaffrey. And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Operating from the gun. Newton with a catch made by Hopkins. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down. Okay, so now the question, how did he get that wide open?
Well, we both know that he shouldn't, because from the time they handed out scouting reports before this game, he was circled, starred, everything. Find him, cover him. But sometimes you can scheme a guy open. You put the receivers in a bunch. Maybe you move some motion. Maybe you put him on the backside of a formation, and all of a sudden you've got a better...
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. 2 minutes left in this overtime session, and still all tied.
We're going to keep getting sacks.
So a big move here, playing to win in overtime. They're going to go for it on fourth down.
Let's go, D. Let's go.
Here we go on fourth. Newton. And he finds a man. It's McCaffrey. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. A gigantic call there in overtime, but it pays off with a first down. Newton will bring him up 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. From the gun, Newton looking deep downfield. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down.
They decided to take a shot and right down the middle of the field, and really, they didn't give it as much time to develop, did they? They want to take that shot somewhere around the 15-yard mark.
And the defense able to recover, bat it free. Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. To throw again. Newton. He finds his man, the tight end Olsen. So he got free of one tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
Opening drive of overtime, and now facing a 3rd down and 6. Big play coming up. Throwing again is Newton. Flush to his right. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Samson Abukum. My goodness, make that now 5 sacks for him in this ball game. Really turning in an incredible performance. Here's Michael Pilardi now. On for a very important punt here in overtime. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. The Los Angeles offense set to begin their next drive. Their defense did its job, got the stop. All they need is 3, and this is over.
Couldn't have done much else other than score themselves and end it, but they turned it back over to them, and now all they need is a field goal to win the game. An excellent job by the defense. Can the offense finish things off?
Part 1 is done, now part 2. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. Brandon Cooks, the receiver he was going after, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Come on, 180.
Hey, it's calm down. Hey, let's go. Calm the crowd. Go. 51.
2 for 1.
51 to Mike. Okay, double up. 51.
To throw is gone. Now that'll be caught by Cup.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
Came up a little short on the last pass play. They did get 9 yards out of it, leaving him with his 3rd and 1.
Five.
Right there. 54, right there. 54, Mike. I'm coming.
DC.
Mike, 54.
Tiger.
You ain't done.
Gone. Flushed out right. On the run, he'll let it go deep. Right. That's caught inside the 20. And down to the 20. A huge play there in overtime. 44 yards.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game.
Super one.
Watch out. Check Mike 54. Mike 54. Watch the run. Hey, they're running it.
From the red zone now, Goff. And he's going to be taken down. Goff is sacked. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. It'll be their 2nd and final timeout, remember, here in overtime. We'll be back. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense. They'll be left with just 1 remaining here at OT. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17.
We got 4.
Now it's gone. And Woods has it complete. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
Goff's pass complete to Robert Woods. He steps out of bounds right at the line of scrimmage.
So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming.
A 31-yard attempt.
And it bangs off the right upright, no good. And that changes everything here in OT. So possible disaster there. It's an empty possession, and there's no worse time to have an empty possession than the first drive of overtime.
Yeah, and remember the situation now, Brandon. It's sudden death from here on out. You can bet he's begging for a chance to redeem himself. But the question now is, will that chance ever come?
You can't block me. You can't block me. Mike 8.
On first down, it's Newton. Going up top. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Incomplete. Marcus Peters on the coverage.
From the 21, it's 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Newton. He's got a man on the crossing route. That's Moore. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. So into overtime and all the way to the end of overtime. They have a chance to win it. Couldn't convert on the field goal, and we end in the very rare tie.
Don't see it very often. We did discuss it as we began overtime that because it's a regular season game, we're going to play that last quarter. And if no one scores or however, if it finishes in a tie, that's it. But, boy, how bad do you feel for him? The opportunity to win it with a field goal at the end, and it doesn't go through the pipes.
So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. So long, everybody.